guideline. And again, when you draw guidelines, always ensure, make definitely everything perfectly in right angles, 90-degree angles. So otherwise you may get some skewing or distortion. So here it is, front and back, the subtle torso pattern. Now there may be a little bit of difference here because I have only one fisheye darts, while what we draft, the way we drafted the torso pattern, we had two fisheye darts. So to make the pattern more functional, maybe you can keep the two fisheye darts there, no problem with that at all. You can keep those two fisheye darts as they are, or if you wanted to, you could consolidate. You can combine the two to become one. So this is not an issue whether you have two or one fisheye darts. They will remain in our jacket foundations. That you can keep them as they are. Ultimately, the fisheye darts are like guidelines when we create princess lines, how much you can trim off from the seams, around the seams, how much curvature you can create into the princess lines. So they are like guidelines for us. They serve a purpose, but you can either, up to you if you want to combine the two as one, or you can keep them two as they be. So first step is to take the bust point and shift it 1/4 inch towards side seam and mark new bust point, new apex point. So the original shifts 1/4. Imagine proportionally we are making the whole pattern larger. So also in that area here, this will compensate the increase. So proportionally everything has to be changed a little bit. So first step is draw new bust point, 1/4 inch towards side seam from original position, and then draw two guidelines, one to the middle of the neckline and the other one to armhole. Okay, so that's pretty much all is needed. This used to be a dart here, shoulder dart. This used to be a dart, so I closed the shoulder dart and opened it up to the side seam. So that serves a purpose again. We need the dart there for the princess line process. Okay, so first slash those two lines through. So slash first. And now I can paste it to the background paper with on the guidelines, right there on the guidelines. Okay, and then I start closing the side dart here and opening to neckline. Neckline widest along the neckline, leave it to 1/4. So there's gonna be 1/4 inch opening on the neckline, 1/4 inch opening And then I continue closing the side dart until I have 3/8 opening on the armhole. 3/8 opening on the armhole. And I still probably will have a small amount of dart left. So even though I have taken quarter, 3/8, 5/8 off from the dart intake, there still probably is something left. A tiny wee bit, at least. That's okay, leave it there. Don't have to do anything about it. And it will be a dart still here. I just mark it with backing of 1.5 inches, redrawing the dart legs. And I keep it as a dart. It remains there. Okay, still need to increase the width for front and back. Neckline, this is basic body's neckline. It's fairly close to natural, you know, it's fairly tight. There's only that 3/8 what we dropped from the neck point on the dress form. For human beings, comfortable neckline needs to be a little bit lower. And because this is going to be a jacket, not the dress or basic bodies, we need to increase the neckline, make it larger. How do we make neckline wider? We lower it. So 1/8 of an inch down from the neckline. And this is the amount, same thing for front and back. 1/8 down on the neckline, front and back both get the same treatment. So here it is, 1/8 of an inch down throughout the whole neckline. So this is entire neckline will be reduced. So neckline will be bigger, wider when you take it down like this. Okay, so neckline is a little bit larger now. And then we increase the shoulder seam somewhat by adding 1/2 inch. So by adding 1/2 inch, increase the shoulder seam. At the same time, raise it up at shoulder point, 1/8, and a quarter at the armhole corner. So here is up, neckline, making it larger, and now raising shoulder 1/8 and taking it out somewhat, up and out a quarter. So 1/8 of an inch, up at the shoulder point and quarter inch out and up. So same here, 1/8 of an inch up, and now we need to look at, there's this dart here that may confuse the line a little bit. started, so you need to close the dart. Often a good idea is to close the dart as you do this change. So up a quarter and out a quarter at the shoulder point, and up 1/8 at the neck point. The dart remains as it is. Keep it still there. We may use it for princess line. Again, it's a shaping device. Dart is a shaping device, and it can be dissolved into princess line. So use those darts for shaping when you draw the princess lines. Okay, more changes. First of all, we take 1/2 inch down at the underarm point. Underarm point, armhole gets bigger. Down on the underarm point, 1/2 inch down. Front and back are the same here. 1/2 inch down at the underarm. Recently, 3/8 to the side seams, and very often that has been okay, but it's just I think the textbook suggests for adding 1/2 inch, which is okay, of course, but I find it recently, when the fashion has been a little bit closer fitting, 3/8 has been pretty okay. So this is not a seam allowance. This is added ease. Remember, we have no seam allowances here. So this is not the seam allowance, it's added ease. Okay, and back gets the same amount, 3/8. Okay, and now we need to draw the armholes. So how do you draw the armholes? We have this little gap here, and then we have extended the underarm points. So go through from quarter point through that little gap there. And then in the armhole at the underarm, 1/2 inch below the original. So here's the armhole, and for the back, the same way. Start from 1/4 inch out, point and go through, catching the original at the lower point. So make it touch the original here in this area, lower area. Something like this. So this is higher, out, this is lower, and out. And both side seams are increased 3/8. Okay? So what you need to do is make sure you have a nice continuous neckline, nice smooth continuous armhole, the curves are good, side seam is increased. And then this one is a dart, you need to through it. So this is a real dart, you need to close it and redraw the side seam with the closed darts. So dart, close it, redraw side seam with dart closed. So this is the dart, you still need to keep it, redraw it, redraw the side seam while the dart is closed. So you have a continuous clean side seam. And then always make sure that your side seams are matched when the dart is closed. So while you draw this side seam with closed dart, at the same time make sure the side seams are equal. Okay? And same with the shoulder dart, close it and redraw, close, redraw. This is, again, it's a dart, close it, close, redraw, shoulder seam. And at the same time, check that the shoulder seams are equal for front and back with the closed shoulder dart. That's the process. Throwing everything, making sure the lines that are meant to be together are exactly the same in length. And hopefully your side seam curves are kind of similar as well. And check the balance between hip line, bust level, hip line and bust level, front and back. That there's not a huge difference, especially the upper part is not wider than the lower part. That's often not the common case, but of course that can be for individual people. When you make individual patterns, then that might be a situation. Okay, so add crane lines for the front and back, crane line. And now we are going to have back with the seam and opening in front. So no double or no bent arrows for the front. So crane lines and bent arrows, you can mark bent arrows for the back because we assume this is gonna be a jacket. That means we have a front opening. Bent arrows for the back. Drill holes and notches, mark notches for the darts. Here is the shoulder dart for the back, bust dart, side dart for the front, and fisheye darts, either you have one or two of each. Drill holes could be at the ends, or you can back it off, up to you. If you back it off, you need to remember. But because this is a slope pattern, it's okay to mark them right on the sew lines because we are not gonna sew the slope pattern. Again, these are practices that you just do it what's most practically reasonable. Always use the reason. Why you do things the way you do, you have to reason it. You have to have a reason for it. So basically anything, whatever works is okay. But you have to kind of pay attention, you have to be mindful about it. Know why you do things the way you do it. Okay, so this is clearly a slope pattern. It's not a dress or garment in itself. It is a template to be used to create our jackets. So this is called the jacket foundation. And notice, don't call it torso anymore. This is not the torso, it's wider, it's bigger, there's more ease than the torso. Jacket foundation, sloper pattern. And this one is front, this one is back, and label them accordingly. Cut two when you have an opening. And we don't need the seam allowances in slope pattern, but if you didn't test fit the torso, do test fit this one. Take some muslin or some cheap fabric that you can find over there in the donations, and test fit it, because you don't want to make your jacket without being sure your sloper is really good, that it fits.